If getting the research paper assignment is the worst thing to happen in a class, what is the second worst thing? For many students, it's knowing where and how to start. And that is the topic of this episode of Research Secrets Revealed. On behalf of Western Nevada College Library, welcome to this series of online tutorials designed to help you become a more knowledgeable information consumer and help you to get better grades. So how do you select a topic for a research project? Well, before starting, make sure you are clear about every aspect of the assignment from your instructor. How many pages are you expected to write? Do you have to use and cite any specific types of materials in your paper? Has your instructor placed any limitations on your use of the open web? Getting this kind of clarification is essential before you start. Once you're totally clear about the assignment, you're ready to take the first step, brainstorming a topic. And that starts by identifying a subject that interests you. Of course, sometimes your instructor may assign you the subject or topic, but other times you will be free to choose what you want to research and write about. If you're not sure about a topic, most libraries have some current affairs or hot issues reference works or databases. At WNC, for example, we subscribe to Opposing Viewpoints, CQ Researcher. These databases can be very useful if you're feeling stuck. In fact, if you know what you want to write about, it might be helpful to visit these databases to see what they have on your subject. You'll also see how they narrow broad topics. This leads us to step 2 of the process, gathering some background information. Using specialized reference sources and general encyclopedias is essential. In Opposing Viewpoints or CQ Researcher, each topic has an overview essay that includes background information, a bibliography, additional sources including organizations, and keywords to use as you conduct your search. If you think about it, these reference sources can save you a lot of time and effort because they point you to other valuable sources for your research. Online encyclopedias are real time savers too. They have lots of links to additional information. As you take notes for yourself, make sure that you also keep a separate list of the keywords and subject terms to use for further searching as you progress. Step 3 is to focus on a manageable topic. And what makes a topic manageable? There are 2 things to consider. First, it needs to be narrow enough that you can manage it given the constraints for the paper, but not so narrow that you won't have enough resources to consult. Second, you'll have to determine whether there is enough material to support your inquiry, and whether it is the kind specified by your instructor. Say, for example, that you are interested in renewable energy as a possible topic area. After looking at what is available, you decide to narrow your focus. You find a number of subtopics under renewable energy, including biomass, ethanol, and geothermal energy. Let's say you choose ethanol. You can certainly find an overview article to help get you started, and plenty of newspaper and magazine articles. The question here is whether you'll find any scholarly literature about the topic. When it comes to getting a handle on your topic, always remember that you can consult with your instructor or a librarian. Step 4 is where you actually form your research question. Let's go back to the renewable energy subject I mentioned earlier. Renewable energy was the initial idea. The use of ethanol was the preliminary topic. Your research question could be, is ethanol a practical way to reduce gasoline consumption in the U.S.? Writing down your research question is a very important step. Indeed, it may be the most important step, because how you state your research question is going to guide your research and your reading. The more specifically you can structure the question, the better. And this goes for general information inquiries as well. One of the major reasons that people get overwhelmed with useless information and then get discouraged is because they didn't frame the question well. It's really half the battle. Step 5 is simply reading more about your research question using the keywords you jotted down earlier. You may find that your research question changes slightly the more you read. That's actually part of the process, so it's important that you stay flexible. The last step is in formulating a thesis statement for your paper. This will be a sentence or two that states to the reader precisely what your paper will answer, prove, or provide information about. Here's an example. Ethanol is not a practical solution to the U.S. energy crisis since it uses more energy to produce than it saves. And oh yes, there's one final thing to mention, and this is critically important. Time management. Don't wait until the last minute to start your project. I can't tell you how many times I've seen students in the library a day or two before a paper is due experiencing a total panic. Procrastination is a surefire way to trigger needless stress and get a lower grade. So let's sum up. Here's the process to follow in selecting a topic. 1. Brainstorm possible topics. 2. Conduct background research, keeping track of keywords for searching. 3. Select a manageable topic. 4. Develop a research question. 5. Read and take notes. 6. Practice good time management and don't procrastinate. That's it for this episode of Research Secrets Revealed. Remember, if you have questions, ask your librarian. Thanks for watching.